Good morning and welcome to SimWorld Today. It's a Wednesday edition, February 26th. I am Marsh, joined on a Wednesday with plenty to get to is Rick Blaze. Good morning, Rick.
What's up? I'm looking good, feeling good, as I knew I would.
Wow, somebody's waking up on the right side of the bed. We got plenty to get to. We got Syracuse ramping up after a winless season thus far, but prospects potentially looking better for next season. We have the drama that was the end of the game of the week in college basketball in Duke and North Carolina, but we're starting in the association where Luka Doncic gets his first matchup with his former team, this one in Los Angeles, as the Lakers play host to the Dallas Mavericks. Luka ends up with a triple-double. The Mavericks end up with a big old W on the resume, but a big game from both Luka and LeBron James as a 107-99 win for the Lakers is the end of this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is what happened when you trade away your superstar, arguably the top 10 player currently in the league. Triple-double, 19 points, 19, 15, and 12. I mean, this is the Luka we expected to see. He's highly motivated. Really, the winner here is SWBA. The league is the winner because the league now has something. The Lakers are back to be talked about again for now and for the predominantly future as well with Luka Doncic. So he did what everybody expected him to do. He's a superstar in the league, and he got a big dub for his team against his rival team. I mean, against his former team. Currently in the West, if you're Dallas Mavericks fans, you all of this is just sickening over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, last night was tough. Not only did Luka didn't really play his best game, 6 of 17, but the glaring weakness here for the Mavericks was they had no answer inside, whether that was Luka driving in the paint, predominantly it was LeBron James, or if it was one of those two finding somebody like Jackson Hayes or Rui Hachimura for easy dump-offs underneath. The lack of size and the lack of physical presence right now from the Dallas Mavericks was massive. And certainly that's saying something when you're going up against a Lakers team that doesn't have a ton of size either. But this was pretty much what we would have expected from Luka Doncic. He's still coming into form. He's going to have big nights. It's going to be big days at some point for him. He had a big night over the weekend on Saturday's game against Denver. But this was a dominant performance from the Lakers, predominantly, though, inside. And that's going to be the big weakness for Dallas. Without Anthony Davis, without Daniel Gafford, without Derek Lively, that, to me, is the biggest concern for a Dallas squad that's trying to prove that this move was worth it and prove that they can be a championship team this year. Right now, they don't look like it, Rick.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to ask you, Marsh, are they cooked? Are they even making the playoffs this year? Right now, they're on 9th seed. On the outside looking in, they in a playoff format as of right now where we sit. Are they cooked? And first, before you answer that, I don't know anything less than winning a championship. Luka wins. The Lakers win. If the Dallas Mavericks don't win the championship with the squad that they've gotten in the next 2-3 years, Luka will always, and the Lakers will always win this matchup. But any chance they even make the playoffs this year?
I don't think they're better than Golden State. I don't think they're better than Minnesota, and that's the two teams that are ahead of them right now in the play-in.
No, they don't make the playoffs.
The Clippers are coming back to earth. They've lost 3 in a row, but I would still take, and that's what it's going to be watching, right? It's the 6, 7, 8, 9 right now. I don't believe in the Kings, who are 29 and 28 and 10. I don't think they make it. I really don't, and part of that big reason is because you put all your eggs in the Anthony Davis basket, and that basket has a lot of holes, and that basket has a lot of flaws, and the holes came through. It's got some strong parts, but it's got its flaws too, and we saw both of those in his first game, and the fact that he's not ready, this could be a disastrous trade. I mean, it already is a disastrous trade for the Dallas Mavericks. This could be growing disaster because Los Angeles has a very real chance of being a top 3 seed right now. They've been playing great basketball, 3 straight, 8 of their last 10. They were playing good basketball before Luka came to town, and now they're playing even better. Now they will always have a top 5 playmaker on the floor every single moment of a basketball game, unless they for some reason choose to sit both of them, which I don't think they will. So it is quite fascinating. So to answer your question, no, I don't think Dallas is making the playoffs just because the play-in
There you
group
have it.
right now is better than them. All right, let's make a move over to the college basketball landscape where a stunning end. I still cannot wrap my head around the decision making at the end of North Carolina and Duke. North Carolina really wasn't ever leading. It was always Duke comfortably ahead in this one, but a late push by the Tar Heels and a chance to tie it 3 times in the final minute of this game, yet no ball is given to Bam Wallace in the final minute. Instead, it's Kasim Porter Jr. taking 3 shots, getting blocked on 2 of them. And the man that scored 31 points and led the comeback for the Tar Heels does not get a possession in the final minute as Duke wins on the road at North Carolina. Rick, your takeaway from what was just a stunning conclusion last night?
First of all, it was a great game. One of the historic rivals in all of college basketball, and it did not disappoint. It was a fantastic game. Carolina had the game to win. Ben Wallace was hot, 31 points for the young man. And this reminds me of, I'm not saying that KPJ is him, but this reminds me of the year in the playoffs when Kobe Bryant shot 2 air balls in a row. The very young Kobe shot 2 air balls in a row. I think it was against Utah or something, and lost it, and pretty much lost the game for the Lakers. That was a fork in the road for a young Kobe Bryant's career. KPJ went 2 for 10. Everyone says probably he should have passed the ball to Ben Wallace. Nobody's going to deny that. I agree. He was the hot hand. KPJ made decisions to take it upon himself. This is a fork in the road moment for a young player like KPJ. What do? You learn from it. You get better. Gutsy to even attempt to take the shot. Was it a smart shot? No. He should have given it to his man Ben Wallace. Yes. But this is basketball. You want to be the guy. You live with the results. You take it like a man, and then you get up and get better next time. You only got to go up from here, KPJ. Don't let this define your career. Let it be just a motivational tool for you to come back harder next time.
I don't think this was a fault of KPJ's. I really don't, because if you watch those plays, Bam Wallace is posted up in the corner, right? They do some cross action, and then they do a high pick and roll with KPJ and I think it was Julian Marks. It might have been Miles James. But Bam Wallace is not calling for the ball on the wing. He is sitting in the corner. What does that tell me? This tells me that this is a call from the top. This was a decision making on 3 straight plays by Herbert Davis to say, we're running it through KPJ. And that's where the fault falls for me. It's not on Kasim Porter Jr. This is a decision. This was a deliberate decision from the top. And I'm not saying deliberate to ice out Bam Wallace. I'm saying deliberate in terms of this was a coaching play call, right? This is handing it off on 3rd and 7 when you've got Patrick Mahomes in the backfield. I mean, that's what this play call was. This was not a go ahead and audible Kasim Porter Jr. and try to figure it out on your own. This was players going through the plays. And this is something you don't typically see in the SWBA, where a play might be called. If it's not called for the guy that's Bam Wallace, 31 points last night, 12 of 18, he got to the free throw line 8 times, and you needed 2 points. He had forced Cooper Flagg into foul trouble. He had forced Victorious Ilgauskas into foul trouble. This is not on any of the players on the floor. This is a head coaching spotlight. And I thought his answers last night during the press conference were bogus. I mean, these are the 2 quotes that he gave. When asked if Bam Wallace or why Bam Wallace wasn't taking the shot, we thought we had a good look with Kasim to get him downhill and to make a play. I thought he got a good look at it. He got blocked twice. That's not a good look at it. And then when asked if the play was drawn up for Bam Wallace, he said there were a couple of options on those plays, and Kasim felt that he had the best look at it. It didn't fall. That's really all there is to it. He's not only is he saying that he thought Kasim Porter got a good look at it, then he's pushing the onus back onto Kasim Porter by saying, oh, Kasim Porter actually felt he had the best. There's no accountability right now in North Carolina after this game, and this is all on the coaching staff because those are plays that should have been drawn up for Bam Wallace, and they weren't.
Yeah, and this is going to sting because not only do you lose a game in a way that you lost at home, you lose to Duke.
Yep.
The rival game, the number 1 team in the country. So yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with
by
that.
the way, Rick. You get
Huh?
swept by Duke and you lose at home. You're getting swept. You don't even beat your rival in the 2 chances you had against them.
And
I
this is a
mean,
game you definitely you should have won. And so they're going to be licking their wounds for this one. But I will say this is a good stepping stone for North Carolina as a team, but this is a hurtful loss right now. But they are one of those lower seeded team that's going to be scary come Hoopsteria for sure.
yeah, I'm trying to pull up their standings right now. They beat Louisville, and the standings are just not loading for me. But they beat Louisville over the weekend, which was a big win at the top of the standings. But this was an opportunity. Now I'm looking at the ACC. Ready? Duke is 5-1. Virginia Tech's 5-1. They're now slated front seat to try to get into the ACC championship game. Louisville's 3-1. North Carolina's 3-2. You win this game. Not only do you hand Duke a second loss, but you also give yourself a leg up on Louisville, who you just beat and you have the tiebreaker over. Now you've got the inside track. You take care of a game against Virginia Tech, and North Carolina's playing in the ACC championship game. I mean, that's what. Yes, it's the rivalry loss, but in the logistical loss of this one, it was a chance to get into an ACC championship game. It was a chance to move from the currently number 17 team in the nation. I think that probably tracks with where they should be. You win this game, you got a chance to maybe be a 3 or 4 seed. Instead, you're looking at being a 5 or 6 seed. That's a much different pathway to a national championship if North Carolina were to get there. That's what the aftermath of this one is. All right, let's head to the prep and the recruiting scene where Syracuse, without a win on the season, 0-19. However, they just added a second top 100 recruit. This one's certainly the best of the recruits that they've added. It's the number 16 ranked LeJoran Tompkins III. He's joining Abdul Salamanca as the 2 top recruits in Syracuse. A talented basketball player, certainly highly regarded throughout the country. And Syracuse gearing up for what they're hoping to be is a return season with their head coach in waiting, one Assad Drayton.
First of all, the song playing in the background right now is called I Do. I love that record. Anyway, this is the power of influence. The coach has the influence. He has the pulse of the culture of the area, the East Coast area, and this is the power of influence. Coach Drake is already, without coaching a single college basketball game, he's already put himself in the conversation of your Jawan Howards and your Penny Hardaways with the ability to coach, to recruit, and get players to come regardless of what the team has done before that he got there. He's already at that level from a recruiting standpoint, getting top players to come, and they have not won a single game at all. And guys will still say, yep, sign me up. Look, Thompson, he reclassified, decommitted from Duke. Am I wrong? Am I right or am I wrong?
I don't know his decommitment. Yes. So according to Bleacher Report and reporter J.K. Candell, decommitted from Duke. You are correct.
From Duke, the number 1 team in the country, to come play for Coach Drayton at Syracuse with 0 wins in the country.
And a chance to play with Cooper Flagg.
It's influence.
A chance. So he chose, LeJoran Tompkins chose an opportunity to be coached by Assad Drayton over an opportunity to play next to Cooper Flagg. Now, I think that Cooper Flagg is going to be a divisive figure for plenty of people, especially in college, where he's uber talented, but nobody really wants to step into the shadow of Cooper Flagg. But you do step into the spotlight of Duke, right, when you go there right, and next to Cooper Flagg. So I like this move. I think this is great. I think it's great for college basketball that a figure like Assad Drayton can step in. And this is, the expectations are rising. Now, I don't think that is anything that this organization, this program is going to be concerned with, but expectations are rising. And keep in mind, this comes on the aftermath of losing Kyan Anthony, who decommitted and is now questioning, there's some question marks about his basketball future, which, to our knowledge, it does not lead like it's going to be college basketball and SWBA bound. So you needed to fill in a gap in what is was a solid recruiting class. LeJordan Tompkins III does just that. This is a big move. Where do you see Syracuse next season in the Big East, or excuse me, in the ACC?
Look, if I say this, if they have 0 wins, they win 3. If they win 5 games next year, Coach Drayton should get a statue first year. They win 5 games, he should get a statue.
Reasonably, where do you expect them to be?
I can see. I'm putting on paper. Syracuse 10 wins next season.
10 wins? I think there's more than that. I think there's an opportunity to be more than that. I think
10 wins next season for Syracuse.
I don't know what the rest of the ACC is going to look like. We've got Virginia Tech and Georgia Tech having historically great seasons for their programs. Miami's down a little bit, but if you look at these other programs, we're not seeing a ton of major additions. I think Syracuse is a top 4 team in the ACC next season. I really think they can get there. They've got good pieces coming in. What's that?
I'm not mad at that.
That's where I'll put the stake. I'll go a little bit more than 10 wins, and it'll take more than 10 wins to get there, but I think they're a top 4 team in the ACC next season, chasing down the Dukes, the North Carolinas, the Louisvilles. I think I'm not saying that's the top 4, but I think that's where they can sit next season. All right, that's our show. There's more college hoops tonight, Wednesday night. We got a SimWorld TV, beg my pardons. Triple header. It all starts with ACC matchup at 6:30, Florida State and Notre Dame. Of course, we go to the SEC after that with Auburn and Tennessee. And how about a Mountain West nightcap at 9:30, St. Mary's and number 20 Gonzaga. Plenty at stake, particularly in the ACC. Notre Dame a chance to move with a win to 4-2. Florida State trying to draw back even at 500, so plenty of implications there. Down in the SEC, Auburn trying to stay relevant, and Tennessee trying to get this ship. I mean, this is a big night for Tennessee and Auburn. These are 2 teams on the bubble right now of Hoopsteria, both in need of a win. And then St. Mary's and Gonzaga. Gonzaga trying to solidify their spot in the Mountain West. The winner of this, and pending the result of San Diego State's next game, would be in second place in the Mountain West and gearing up for a potential matchup in the title game against San Diego State.
St. Mary's with the upset tonight.
St. Mary's with the upset tonight. You heard it here from Rick. All right, that's our show. We're coming back tomorrow. We got a special guest tomorrow. We got a special Thursday edition of SimWorld TV and SimWorld Today. I'm not going to reveal it. You're going to have to tune in. But we got a special guest and very special conversations coming to you. What we think is going to be a routine on Thursday. So we're excited to unveil that tomorrow. Tune in for all of that. Rick, as always, pleasure to have you on. We look forward to talking to you again soon here on SimWorld TV, the only place you can see the game, be the game.
All right.